So we're here, we came to pick up Lars after work, where it's a very windy day, but we thought it'd be a great chance for him to show you some of the ways that they grow flowers here at the church ground compared to the way that we like to garden at home. We like to garden with a whole bunch of different plants really spread out all over the place, and here they do a lot more color blocking and in groups, so we thought it'd be a good idea, since we're here anyway, to show you around the garden.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we have a really new perennial that's flowering, Kniphofia. In Denmark we call it actually raketblomst, like a rocket flower. It really looks like it's shooting up to the sky. It's really rich in nectar for the bees. They are all around it. And also the foliage is really, really nice. It has like these spikes. And it just really goes well with the things around it. It's planted really out from both sides, so you can really enjoy it on both sides of the path. And you can get it in different colors actually. This really soft orange, but you can get them all over in reddish colors as well. And it's really outstanding plants.
Here's one of the flower beds that we showed back in June when it was really covered with flowers. But one of the things that I really like about it, the designer of this flower bed, you know, sometimes when you think about color blocking or putting things in groups, it really gets to be sort of circle of this, circle of that, square of this, but this one's super organic with the way the shapes are. You have height, even height right here on the very edge. So it's not even having, you know, to go back, because for example, this flower bed, you're really approaching it not only from the path, but also from the walkway over there. So it's just really, really, really well thought out. Then even when we get back here, there's the grasses that sort of lead back up to the bench. And again, this grass is right here on the border. And you may think, oh, that's kind of crazy putting something so high next to this pathway. But then when you're looking at it from the main path, you see that it's really done by height all the way to here. And this is the end of July, or yeah, close to the end of July. So a lot of things have really finished flowering, and a lot of things are being cut back here in the garden, but just wanted to show you an example of how they do this one.
There's lots of things to do here at work. For example, this Achillea is finished now, so over the next days we're actually going to trim it way back to here, and then down here there's the new foliage, and then it's going to look nice again. You can also take seeds. It has been really, really, really yellow. And what I really like about this huge flower bed is that it's a variety of plants, but also in bigger groups. You really have pops of color over here. It's in Danish it's called virginicum. This purple one, really a bee magnet, super tall, so it's standing there really placed well in the middle. And we have these long rows of things that repeats itself. We have the Achillea again further down this flower bed. And also to contrast, we have this Serum. In Danish it's called Sankthansurt. This lovely foliage here really goes nice with all the green, the other green perennials. And Heuchera we have here in different colors as well. That also really works well in this big flower bed. And Buddleja over there, butterfly bush, that by time will really go well here. This is actually quite a new flower bed. It's like 2 years old, but it's really has quickly evolved and really grows really nicely. We might need to change some things, but that's the great thing about perennials. You can move things around. Autumn is a really good time to shift some things around. Has it grown too huge? you can easily move it back in autumn. So this is really a stunning flower bed here with lots of things to look at and discover, and also really bee magnet, as you can see here, lots of bees everywhere. Here in this flower bed we have planted dahlias that really has a really pop of red color here, but also together with some annuals, actually, these really beautiful pink ones, and together with the red ones. And they really complement each other really well. Here's yet another really great color combination. We have these, they're called Liatris. Praktskær, also like pipe cleaners, we call them, because they have these really fluffy purple color, and they are really going well here. The plan is that it will fill this flower bed over time, and also really great for bees. And it goes really well with this. In Danish we call it mandstrå, and it's also self-sowing, so by time it will cover this whole flower bed really nicely with these long bluish stems, and the bees are really loving them. The only thing is it's quite spiky, so do be aware when you fiddle around and take weeds away. We have to be a little bit careful. This one is really a stunning flower bed. We have two here that really covers the whole thing, and it looks like an ocean of just white. And because they look like pearls, so we call it like a pearl flower. Perlekurv. We will later tell you the Latin name as well. But we let it grow really wild, but what here compared to the garden at home, we really keep it trimmed. So we will here in the next few days trim back the edges here, so they will kind of not go over the stones, to keep this really tight and really fresh looking flower bed. Also with the small hedges that goes along here, we have to be able to go in and weed, so we always keep like really square, really trimmed area around here. But it's a really nice one, and if you come closer you can hear how the shake, you can hear the sound. One of the many jobs we have here, for example here at the daisy here, is that we deadhead. So when they are finished flowering, we will cut them back, and most of the time they do flower for a second time. And what you can do, when you trim it back, you can actually collect seeds if you have them at home, and then you can get a lot of more plants. But the daisy I do really associate with like a cottage garden. It's really idyllic to have it, and like here having like in a big square like this. Here at my work at the church, we don't use any chemicals for weeds actually. We do everything by hand. Of course we have the right tools and everything, but everything it's with a rake, and we have different things to just really get those weeds away. But that's really great that we don't, like, we really take good care of nature. And of course weeds will come. We have had the drought, but then rain really came, typical Danish summer. It rains a lot, and then the sun comes, and it's really great for weeds. They love that. But then we just, yeah, use the right tools and then get them away.
Y'all can't really see this at home, but one of the things about this church ground is that it really repeats itself. So sometimes you come to our house, for example, and there's one of everything. There's 1,000 different colors. He knows them right. But here they've kept it to a minimum. It's a lot of purple, a lot of white. You see the rocket flowers back, the oxeye is back. So a lot of things are repeating throughout the church grounds, which makes it, yeah, a lot calmer, this is a place where you do come and you do reflect. Yes, it's a public park, so people do come and exercise. Our son is riding his scooter on the path. But for the most part, it's a really calming and tranquil place. And repeating your colors, repeating the plants is a great way to do that.
This is also in Danish called a manstro, really spiky, amazing perennial. I don't have this personally at home, but it's definitely one we need to purchase because it's really attracts a lot of bees. All the time we go past here, there's hundreds of bees in them. They are super spiky, so you really do need to be aware where you walk. Don't have shorts on when you go through it. But it has this really like neon color blue stem, and also the flowers are quite breathtaking. And then it has a nice contrast to the foliage, which is really like a nice green color as well. Here at the church we have a never-ending change. We change a lot of flower beds. As you can see here, we have some empty spots. So here in autumn, when it's the best time to move perennials, we're going to move some over here and kind of close that up. And if you have the plants really established after a few years, then it will also, you don't have to go and weed so much all the time. Like new established flower beds or perennial flower beds like here, there will come a lot of weeds that you have to be aware of and be on top of. But over here, like the Phlomis, see how it really covers a lot of ground here and really kills all kind of weeds. So this is what we really like. Once they establish, really be patient with perennials. It does take like 1 or 2 seasons before it really kicks in, and some of them really spread more than others. The Allium Millenium is a really low plant, and it has just started to flower. But look at these really pink bulbs over here. Maybe you notice it's similar to the bigger one you can buy and set as a bulb. They do not flower really along the Mount Everest, different kind of Allium, but these ones are really low to the ground. So we have them here on the close to the edge, and it's also really great for bees. Has a lot of interest here. The bees are all over them, and they just now started to bloom in this really wonderful pink color, and they last really long time. What I do, I have some at home, not in a big scale like this, so you get a really different look than just having it here and there and everywhere in the garden. But it's placed really nicely here, and you can, when they're finished flowering, take seeds and then sow them in autumn, and then you'll have new plants next year.
So that was the tour. It's time to find Malatsi. He's out on a scooter. Ah, I see you. So it's time to collect him and head home. So thanks for the tour. Thank you, Lars, for showing us around, and see you next time.
Anytime. See you.
Hey, Malatsi, can I get a ride?
Only if you can catch me.
And we're off.